Hello, 6th grade science class. This is Ms. Stolarski, and this video is meant to help you with your 6th grade Thinglink project, which will be on clouds. So, Thinglink is a website that helps you create a presentation. It's a poster, but your details are embedded in the picture, so it's not as cluttered looking. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the internet and go to thinglink.com. Again, that's spelled the way it sounds, so it makes your life super easy. Now, we know that you have way too many passwords to remember. So, what we're going to do is we're going to use our Google Docs. What we're going to do is we're going to click on this little red button. That's your Google Docs button. I would click on it, but I created an account earlier when I was showing Mr. DeMuro's class, so I'm going to hit the login button instead. But when you start out, we're hitting the red button. So I log in, and I log in with my Google Docs. I'm going to use my school Google Docs, which will make it easier for me to put it in Google Classroom. Now remember, your Google Docs will be 20-first initial last name at smdutch.net. Your password is first initial, last name, first initial, last initial, and your lunch number. But we should know that already. Helps if I type the right things in. Alrighty, so once we're logged in, it'll give you a tutorial. For me, I've already done that, so it's not taking me there. I'm going to click on the red button that says Create. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to go into Google. This is on clouds, and your project is going to have you make a poster with a bunch of different types of clouds on it. Now, needless to say, I'm going to need a beautiful blue sky to put all my clouds on. So I want a blue backdrop. So, I'm just going to grab this, click on it. I am going to right click, save image as. And I'm going to save it to a place I know. If you're on a school computer, you put it in your Z drive. If you're at home, just put it a place that you'll remember. So I'm putting it on my desktop so that way it doesn't get buried in my My Documents folder. So then I click the blue button that says Choose Image. And I grab my blue desktop and I hit Open. And now I've got a blue picture there. So, first up, I'm going to give it a title. I'm going to call this Stolarski Clouds. That way when I turn it in, it's easier for Mrs. Dillinger to grade it. So, we think of Thinglink the same way we think of pictures in social networks. If I'm on Facebook and I find a pretty picture of myself, I would add a tag. That way I'm putting information in that photo saying that that's a picture of me. This takes it a step farther. Each tag is information. So you can put facts, you can put pictures, and you can put videos. So if I click there, now I have a tag there. So I can put clouds are found in the sky. Mrs. Dillinger would want a better fact than that, but that's basically how the tags work. I can just put text in and move on to another one. Part of this project is all about trying to make sure that we're providing examples of clouds. So one type of cloud is a cumulonimbus. I'm going to find a picture of a cumulonimbus that I'm happy with. I like that one. Now this is going to be different than how we saved our picture originally, so make sure we're paying attention. I find a picture I like. Then I'm going to right click on it. I'm trying to get the image's URL. I'm trying to get the link address. So that way I'm not saving 50 million things onto my desktop. So I'm going to click Copy Image Address. Again, for those of you who need a refresher, I did not save it to my desktop. I went and I copied image address. I go back to my Thinglink. Up here, it says link or image address. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to right click and paste what I copied. And sometimes if it's having issues, we hit Control A, that highlights everything. And then I hit Control V, and sometimes that pastes it better. And right now I'm having issues because I used the wrong format. So if one picture doesn't work, we know there are a ton of different pictures of cumulonimbus clouds. So why don't I try this picture? So I'm going to right click, copy image address, go up there, and I'm going to paste it. And now I've got a beautiful picture of a cumulonimbus cloud in my little sky. But how is Mrs. Dillinger going to know that it's a cumulonimbus? So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to label it. This is a cumulonimbus cloud. It makes thunderstorms. Remember, we don't just want to label, we want to provide some facts. Each cloud has a specific purpose. So we want to make sure Mrs. Dillinger and Mr. Slogenhop know what each cloud is for. So when I'm done, I click Save Tag. On your worksheet, there are a list of all the clouds that you've been covering that you need to get in this presentation. So when you're done, you'll have a whole bunch of clouds that they will be able to click on and see all the clouds in your little sky. Now, the better question you're concerned with is how do I turn it in? So I'm going to click Save Image when I'm done. And now that we're on our main screen, you'll notice there are a bunch of little buttons right here. How to view it in full screen, post. There's also a way to share it. So if I right click on it and share image, I can choose where I want to share it. Now, what we can do is we will take this link and go into Google Classroom and put it in the Dropbox that Mrs. Dillinger has provided for us. And that's all you have to do for your project. Again, you will have library time to work on this. And again, you can talk to Ms. Stolarski if you're having any issues with the technology of this. So, good luck with this project. If you have any questions, you can come down to the library or reach me through email. My email can be found on the library. Have a lovely day.